Tommy, and this is the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. And before we get started here, I'd like to let you know that this video cook is sponsored by Bob's Smokin' Southern Barbecue. I'll leave a link down below. Understand, this is Boots to Barbecue. This is a veteran-started company, a company that the Gallery Backyard Barbecue believes in and totally supports, right? I've used them in a few cooks in the past. I've used them cooks on camera and off. I think their stuff is good, and I'll leave a link down below and check out their story, right? And maybe give them a shot. All right, let's get busy. Alrighty, and we got a beautiful rack of beef ribs. It's not around. I see these in a supermarket, so I had to grab them. First up is to get that membrane off, right? You know how to do this. Get a good starting point. Grab a paper towel and rip away, right? Some people score the membrane. I like to take it off for sure. And next up, we got some Bob's Southern Barbecue, and we are going to feature that product on this whole cook. This is good stuff. And like I said, this is Boots to Barbecue, 31 years military veteran. I am using their number 8, which is an all-purpose rub seasoning. I'll leave a link down below. Read their story and check them out. And what you want to do here is you want to give a generous dusting on all sides of the meat, the top side, right, the bottom side, and make sure you get the sides, right?
You said sides. Let's get the sides.
I'll generally do this about 2 hours before I plop them down on the grill. I find it does pull a little moisture out of the meat and makes for a tender rib, of course. I'll also be doing this cook on my 26-inch Weber Kettle. There you go. I love this grill. This grill will hold temperature better than any of my other Weber grills. I'll hold this puppy at about 300 degrees, and I'm thinking this cook should take about 4 to 5 hours. Probed toothpick tender. Probed toothpick tender. And I'm going with a cherry-soaked wood. Cherry-soaked wood with the snake method on the charcoal, as you can see. I'm using a Weber charcoal. So I'll introduce smoke into the meat probably a good 2 out of the 4 hours, right? 2 out of the 4 to 5 hours, of course. And I'll get that cover on and clean up that smoke. Once that smoke seems to be running clean, I'll pull the cover off and put the ribs on and cover it back up and just let it run, right? Just let it run. Now, the thick white smoke like that is not considered clean. You want a light blue smoke like that, right? I mean, that's good smoke right there. That's good smoke. It's the light blue smoke, that's good, right? And here we are on the 2-hour mark. We got a decent looking pullback, some nice color. I'll give it a spritz and get this bad boy covered back up. A little spritz, right? Alrighty, we move to hour number 3, right? We got a better pullback on the meat. We'll give it a spritz. We'll move in for a closer look, and what you want to do here is you just want to inspect the ribs, right? You want to make sure that it's not too close to the charcoal where it's burning. If it is burning, you'll want to move it a little, right? So you want to check its color. You want to feel around and make sure everything feels pretty good. Get a sense of timing of when this will be done, and get it covered back up, right? As we move closer to that 4-hour mark, we'll give it one last spritz before we probe it, right? That's a good-looking rack. Oh yeah, that's a nice rack. And as we probe it, we can see we're almost done, but we can go a little longer, maybe about 15 minutes, right? we'll get a little bit of a temperature reading, although that is not that important. We're actually just probing it, and we are probing like butter, so we know she's just about done, right? And as that meat sits there, you can see those juices just coming out where I probed it. That is a good sign, of course. Of course.
Are you kidding me? Wow.
That is a nice color, nice color. You could see those juices running. And basically what I like to do here is I like to get a little brown sugar and top it with a little brown sugar, right?
He said
Get
brown
that
sugar.
caramelization going.
light?
And then I got my Bob's dipping sauce, my barbecue sauce.
That's good
I'll
stuff.
get some of that Bob's on there.
It's good stuff. I like that.
And this here is good stuff.
He said
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, he said good stuff.
That's good stuff.
And of course, like I do with most of my ribs, I will start hitting it with a little honey.
That's a good
I do like the honey flavor on pork and beef ribs, of course.
Oh, yeah. Look at that blue smoke. That's blue smoke. That's blue smoke.
And of course, from there, you want to get the sauce on all parts of the meat. Now, I do not flip my beef ribs. I'll just baste that in there. I'll cover it and let it go for about 5 to 10 minutes just to get that sauce nice and sticky, right? And a little more honey for good measure. Good measure.
I like that honey on my ribs. I like that honey on my ribs. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Look at that.
I'll give that a quick cover, and those babies are done. And there
That's
you
nice
go.
and sticky.
And there we are, of course. And what I'll do when I get these in the house, I'll put some heavy-duty tin foil on them, and I'll cover them for about a good hour, right? Well, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow. Oh, my God. Look at that. Yeah.
And nothing left to do here but to cut these bad boys up. Oh, yeah. And that's a pretty nice looking smoke ring, if I do say so myself, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a nice smoke ring.
And we get a better shot of the smoke ring, and look at those juices, right? You know these ribs were just about perfect, like I said. A good 4 hours and maybe 20 minutes at 300 degrees, probed toothpick tender, right? Probed toothpick tender. And these things are good to go, right?
Toothpick tender.
Remember, by saucing them up and leaving them on the grill, they get that caramelization, they get that stickiness, right? That stickiness that I know I like. I'd like to thank that Bob's Smokin' Southern Barbecue Sauce. I'll leave a link down below. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, new and old. Alrighty, please leave a comment, a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good, and we shall see you soon.